You'll see. You'll see. I don't know. Hello, lovelies. From my dirty mirror. Do you see this? I tried to film earlier with my tripod, and look what it did. Internal bleeding. Love that. This is the fit for today. We got these washed out jeans, COS relaxed fit t-shirt. Love this shirt so much. I think I need to buy extra of these. They are like the perfect white shirt. And the new Uniqlo U autumn winter utility jacket. Not gonna lie, I think the best jacket I've gotten in a really long time. I mean, we just came out of summer, so it's not like you're buying jackets in summer. But there's this big pocket, another big pocket, this little tiny pocket, and a secret pocket right here. Do you hear that zip? That's the secret pocket. Yeah, love this jacket so much. I'm gonna wear the shit out of this. Wearing the Avia Moa bag. Yeah, we are going to a budget cafe because I have no money. And I need to go to a place where I can work that doesn't cost like $5. So we're gonna get our $2 iced Americano that's a ludicrous size, work overtime, and yeah, make that dough. Oh, book we're bringing today is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I am enjoying it. I will save my thoughts. It's just, there's a lot of good banter, and I am a fan of banter. Like, if I go on a first date and there's no banter, yikes, I'm out. I'm meeting you for coffee and that's it. I need good banter. It's how, I don't know, wit, I think, is important. I hate jokes. I love wit. I think wit is incredibly important. Anyway, well, let's go. It's Nathan. Reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. First book I want to talk about is Which Side Are You On? By Ryan Lee Wong. Did a buddy read with this with Alex from What Page Are You On? Had a fun time. We had a lot of good things to talk about, a lot of heavy things to discuss about activism, like performative activism. Alex, what am I talking about? Yeah, but performative activism, or I want to call it like passive activism and what that means. I'm sorry, I should probably go into what this book is about. We have Lil Reed, thinking of dropping out of Columbia, goes back home to LA. His grandma is not well, and he gets a chance to spend time with his mom and dad, who are sort of like in this neoliberal mindset, in that, or they're quite liberal, or I want to call them hippies to a certain extent, but like Asian hippies. They're liberal, they're democratic, they're Democrats. The Asian parentals are Democrats, and yeah, they participated in riots with the Panthers. A lot of it covers Sayaka and sort of the LA riots, what was happening between Koreans and African Americans during that time. Yeah, it talks a lot about the sort of activism that happened then compared to the sort of activism Reed is involved with as he's trying to protest against a matter in the book where an African-American male is murdered by an Asian-American cop. The cop is getting off the hook, per se, and yeah, trying to protest against that. We're dealing with what activism means, what it means to protest, what it means to be actually involved in social activist movements, what it means to be present in all of that. And as Reed goes back in time with his parents, covering their history and the activism that they did, there are issues, but at the same time, Reed learns a lot about what it means to be part of the people. I think Ryan Lee Wong took a very interesting turn in creating this novel, in that it doesn't really feel like a novel. I think Alex put it best. It feels like it's a TED Talk told through a story, is what he said. And I think that accurately depicts the book, in that Reed doesn't even feel like a person, he feels like a predicament. He feels like an incredibly young person, in that he wants to do so much and wants to change the world, but can't, because there are specific steps that you need to take in order to, you know, fight the good fight in social justice, to the point where his actions even come off as performative when he truly means them well. And there's like a lot of guilt and a lot of naivety and a lot of just this sort of, yeah, this wanting to do so much, but you can't when it comes to social issues. So in that way, he feels more like a predicament than an actual person. And the book feels less like literary fiction and more of pretty much, I don't know, this bold and brash straightforwardness that reminds me a lot of what I saw in Disorientation by Elaine Sue Chu, which I read earlier this year, in that we are trying to tackle the issues at hand right now. Yeah, bold and brash. Has it left an impression on me? What I will say, I don't know. I really don't know. I still feel odd when I post about the Ukraine war or what happened in Iran recently, reposting things onto my story, and whether, you know, people bat an eye or even care. I'm interested in these issues in the way that I'm concerned, and, you know, I've signed petitions, I've sent money here and there. I've done what I can, I feel like, as an average human being, knowing well enough that it isn't enough, hoping that it does something, you know? And to a certain extent, it does feel performative. I don't know what it is. I feel so odd about it sometimes. And Ryan Lee Wong definitely brings those questions into light. What exactly are we doing? Are we actually taking care of our neighbors? Are we actually taking care of the minorities in our neighborhoods? You know, are we allowing these voices to be heard? No questions are answered, but it definitely makes me double think about what to do with social media and how to share world events like that are harming the rest of the world. Incredibly compelling, I want to say, in that I think Asian American literature this year, with those two books especially, I think are very interesting ways in which we can write about the present tense and contemporary society on the Asian American body and understanding of it. After that, I read Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. I read Earthlings by her a few months back, and we deal with the same sort of thing. This is a woman who is obsessed with working at a convenience store to the point where it feels mechanical. She feels like a cog in the machine, and meets this sort of deadbeat that ends up into this like weird roommate hostage situation. And I'll leave it there. Don't want to spoil it, but incredibly funny, odd. Yeah, and this was published before Earthlings, but it is definitely the PG version of Earthlings. I feel like if you are weary, if you haven't read Murata and are wary of Earthlings, this is definitely a good place to start. yeah, she's still dealing with the same things about what it means to be a Japanese woman in modern Japan, and sort of the pressing questions of what it means to be in a workplace, what is freedom if we are constantly asked about and forced into getting married, finding a good job, and all of that. Japan is still pretty old school about stuff like that, but good to see that people like Sayaka Murata are voicing out, being against all that. But I think my opinion changed for the book when this edition, gifted to me by the lovely Modern Ajima, included an essay from Literary Hub about wanting to fuck a convenience store. The essay is literally about like falling in love with it and wanting to have sex with a convenience store, which is like absolutely bonkers to me. Sayaka is crazy. She cray. This is an odd book, very odd, but I definitely preferred Earthlings more. This felt like sort of her first draft into this idea, and then Earthlings was her final draft, is what I want to say. So not to say that like I was disappointed by it, but it was interesting to be sort of in her headspace and passage of time of what she was thinking about, and for the themes of this novel and her next. Definitely want to read more of her work. I heard that her short story collection that recently came out, mixed reviews. Yeah, I mean, I'll eventually get to it, but yeah. After that, I read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I get it, y'all. I get why you love that book. I love why you get that discounted Target Mom's Wine Club book. It is great. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's exactly what, you know, you want in a Nancy Meyers, Nora Ephron movie. I imagined Nora being played by Diane Keaton, like a very young Diane Keaton. And I want to say Charlie, his name's Charlie. I'm thinking like Paul Ruddy, someone scruffy, a little slim, like Keanu Reeves slim, but definitely scruffy. Paul Rudd, not in like the assholism kind of way, but in like the anal kind of way. Sorry, this book is about a do-it-all baby boom. If anyone's seen Baby Boom, Diane Keaton, it's a fun movie, loved it. But stuck in that like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, morning grind kind of lady, making her way downtown, walking fast, faces past, you know. Are those even the lyrics? Otherwise I'm a goddamn fool. Takes this month-long vacation with her sister Libby, who I want to say is like a ditzy Goldie Hawn or like a Bette Midler. Like if she was younger, you know, like mid-30s, I want to say. Anywho, to middle of nowhere, I forget what state, but that state or that city is set in a book that she's working on. She's a book editor. And yeah, runs into this man named Charlie, who she previously met in New York, another editor, and they work on this book together. And they tumble into this thing called love or friendship or romance or fling or whatever you want to call it, until it gets to a very fun Nora Ephron ending. It was fun, lots of fun. I mean, Emily Henry is like a formulaic good writer. She knows what she's doing. I think Emily Henry understands romance and the complexities of love and what to do with it, especially from someone who doesn't know what to do with any of that. I'm talking about the character, Nora, in the book. But yeah, lots of fun. I mean, it was definitely long. What I appreciated was the banter. There's very good banter in it, but it came to a point where it felt like I was chasing comedic line after line. And some of them hit, some of them didn't. Good little chuckle, but just really fast-paced, easy to read, not too much to think about. And yeah, a pure delight. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads because I was in a good mood. Put me in a good mood. You know, sometimes you gotta get those things. Which reminds me of things like that. I recently watched Marcel with shoes. What the heck is that movie called? Marcel, the Shell with Shoes On. Delightful movie. Absolutely delightful. It's so pure at heart, so innocent, so beautiful. I don't know. Sometimes you need things like that to chug you along, you know? But such a delightful film. If anyone gets a chance, please watch it. It's a good one. What, people like movie updates? Let me look at my letterbox real quick. Oh yes, I also recently saw 3,000 Years of Longing. I thought it was fine. Definitely for people who enjoy stories, right? Gonna throw us back to Joan Didion. We tell ourselves stories in order to survive, right? And yeah, it's just a lot of stories upon stories and story to end all stories. It's a delight. Just getting lost in stories and or seeing like elements of things past and seeing them in the present tense. And 3,000 Years of Longing is about Tilda Swinton being this person who studies stories and happens upon a genie bottle. But I don't think they're called genies, they're called like djinns or something. She ends up spending an entire morning / afternoon hearing out the stories of this genie and then eventually falls in love with him. And yeah, just a, you know, fun, beautifully crafted, imaginative story. I miss movies where you can get lost in them, and that's definitely a movie where you can get lost in. I felt odd about the ending though. There were like these weird fade to black or cut to black, I forget which, but they were so stark that I was like, what is Mad Max guy trying to do? George Miller, what is he trying to do with this? Yeah, it felt odd. I feel like he didn't know how to end it. And it's a long movie too. Okay, and also for TV shows, I recently finished Reservoir Dogs season 2. Oh, love it. I just love that world. How does it compare to first season? I feel like season 1 was definitely like slacker comedy, and then season 2 definitely got sadder, and you got to like grow with the characters more and understand a lot of their own histories. Deeply appreciated that. Love them. Love the entire cast. Incredibly funny. Very Taika Waititi, is that his name? Brand of humor. So yes, everyone please watch Reservation Dogs. It is the perfect dinner show and easy 20 minutes. Easy to binge, I think, as well. I'm following along to season 2 of Industry on HBO. That show is so messy. I want to say season 2 is messier than season 1. And yeah, this show exhausts me. The things that those people get into, jeez Louise. Okay, I think that's enough. I have nothing left to contribute. Be well, do good work, keep in touch. Yo. What was that? It's Saturday, going to the city, got a long weekend. This is the fit. We have our Stussy Tekla collab pajama shirt. I just love this and I don't wear it enough, maybe because it's this like apple green. So it looks like people will know how many times I wear it. Woad from Thailand, sterling silver necklace. And for Nathan, these washed out jeans, yeah. Bag of the day is Y Project. I feel like this is doing it. Is it? It's given like lazy chic. I don't think it's doing that. But book of the day is The Sluts by Dennis Cooper. We are also reading I Fear My Pain Interests You by Stephanie LaCava on the Kindle. We have that as well. Brought it along, but thought this would be a very nice addition. Yeah, we got a busy week. Lots of people. Lots of things, and I think I'm running late, so let us go.
You in the backyard of your old farm in the summer. Stayed there for 3 weeks where we learned to love each other. Wrote you a letter, sent a message to the that day. Skip to the present, haven't been so happy ever.
Hi. Hello, I have you propped on the headboard. We made it to the hotel, early check-in. Today has been so weird, so weird. I stayed up till 3 last night because I was bidding on this bag on eBay. Did not get the bag. Like, someone outbidded me within like 5 seconds. It was intense. And I was supposed to go to a work dinner, but thought I didn't want to go. But since I had to stay up till 3 to try and win this bag, I was like, okay, why not? Anyway, lost the bid. Went to bed, woke up at 6 because I needed to get into the city. We are here now. Got a haircut. I guess that's the only redeeming thing so far. But on the way over, I lost my favorite Baggu. It was the Bloomingdale's Baggu collaboration, and I think I left it at the bus stop, and then I just totally forgot about it. I'm so sad because that bag, they don't make that anymore. So I sent this like really long pity message in the DMs to Baggu on Instagram. Slept on the train, came here at like 10, and they were like, oh, you can only check in, you can get early check-in at 12. I was like, okay, that's fine. Left my stuff here, went to get a haircut, did that. Went to a store to get a Baggu because I need a bag today. And I don't know why I decided to be impractical and bring a tiny bag today. So we got that, came here in time for check-in, but there was another person at the desk. They said, no, you can't check in until 3. And I was like, wait, the guy told me that I could check in at 12. He's like, no, you can't. I was like, okay, great. This was a hassle because I had to poop. So I thought I could come back, check in real quick, take a dump. Maybe this is too much information. Anyway, we're fine. We're fine now. The original guy came in and was like, oh, your room's ready. You can come in. So I was like, okay, great. We're good. We got some things to do today, but we're on the move. We gotta move. So let's move.
through the Goodreads top reviewers, and I was like, oh my god, like look at this.
Hey peeps, in a dilemma. We have blazer, shirt, and jeans. I don't know if there's a better angle to show you this. Wait a second. This is the angle you're getting. We've got denim, basic white tee, and a blazer. And I think I'm doing my Baggu. The only issue with this is I think I'm going out tomorrow night and it's gonna be the exact same fit. So this blazer is gonna make its rounds. Or this is what I've been wearing all day. Do I just go out in what I wore all day? Is this, I don't think this is doing it. This isn't doing it either. I think it has to be a blazer. I'm just gonna be an outfit repeater for the evenings. I think it's gonna be the blazer. It has to be. It's smart, it's casual, it's keeping me from the cold. Yeah, I think this will be it. I'll have a necklace here. I'm just so dumb. I didn't think to bring like a going out bag. I mean, I think this would be perfect for tomorrow because I think it's gonna get a bit grimy. And then I just brought this one. They literally do the same thing. Just one's highbrow and the other's lowbrow. I should have brought like a smaller going out bag. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Me dumb. But I think this is what we're doing. Going out. Just got back from meeting a Goodreads friend. Hajin, if you're watching this. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. First, like, meet up with a Goodreads person. Like, I've never met anyone on Goodreads. IRL. Fabulous. We had a little book exchange. I want to hurry. Maybe I'll get to the book exchange tomorrow morning when I get back. Because we are running late. I'm supposed to be there at 8, and I think it's a 30-minute train ride. So I'll be fashionably late because I don't know what to wear. I never know. I don't know what I'm doing. I think this is the look. You know what? What if I I don't know. Maybe I'll do this and then I'll wear bagu tomorrow night. So it doesn't look like I'm literally wearing the same thing 2 nights in a row. I think that's what's happening. That's what's gonna happen. Is that what's gonna happen? I think that's happening. That's happening. It's decided, I think. Okay, I don't know. You'll see. You'll see. I don't know. Hello, y'all. It's 4 a.m. We just got back. We got this orange thing from McDonald's. We're good. We're good. Hi, hello. We are running late, as always. Why do I always do this to myself? It's Sunday today. We're meeting a friend for brunch. Maybe go to a few galleries and then cafe. Easy Sunday. I'm supposed to go to a vegan show. Not vegan as in no meat. Is it vegan? Vegan. I think it's vegan. V-E-G-Y-N. But honestly, I got 3 hours of sleep the night before and then 4 hours of sleep last night, and I'm just running on fumes at this point. I haven't even gotten my coffee. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I've stretched the limits. The limits have been stretched. Quick update. The Sluts. Incredible. Wild. I am 38 pages in. I don't know who to trust. Trust no bitch. I mean, I think I love books with unreliable narrators, but I don't think I've ever encountered one with multiple unreliable narrators. But the book is told through a series of reviews, multiple reviews, of this one escort named, I think his name changes quite often too, but the name we have here is Brad. People have different perceptions of him in terms of weight, if he's a bottom, and also Brad is changing as a person as well, and you don't know whether or not he's actually underaged or of age. Yeah, you don't know who to trust. You don't know how to feel for Brad, but it's this mixed worry and concern. Loving it so far. Okay, I gotta go. We gotta go. This is the fit for the day. We got this cute little blue sweater. Very light. I love it. It's perfect for spring or fall. Nylon pants because it's gonna rain, and splishy splashy AirPods, wad necklace, Y project, bagu because we gotta deliver things. Let's go. It's a very gloomy Monday. There's a lot of rain. The fit for the day. I'm pretty sure you've seen this before. Outfit repeating. All washed, I promised. It's clean. Everything's fine. AirPods. I'm gonna go out and get a coffee and then we'll update. Yo, look at the size of this coffee. It's like as big as my head, and I've got a big head. Yes, elixir of life. I think this was like $2. Love that. Love that. Wild. Okay, updates. Yesterday, met up with my friend. I haven't seen him since like in a year. So terrible. God, it was good. We had like really good Vietnamese food. No, we didn't. What am I saying? It was okay. It was okay. Like the pho that we had, the broth was good. The meat did not come raw. Usually for pho, you get like brisket and then the hot water cooks the meat. So you have this like nice, like medium rare meat that comes and you eat it. After that, we went to the new Arabica location at the COEX mall, which was good. I got the Kyoto latte and my friend got the Spanish latte. I liked his more than my own, but yeah, loved it. I love that you can taste the bean through the milk. You know, that's beautiful coffee. Yeah, having tasted it again, because the last time I had it was in Kyoto, actually, which was like several years ago. So it was really nice to taste it again here. I know that there's a New York location, and I want to go to that one as well when I go to New York. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it all works out. And then we went to this furniture store, because I just like looking at beautiful objects. And it was really nice. I saw my dream couch there. It was gorgeous. I really want it. Like, not even here though, but I want it like back in LA. It'd be really nice. Anyway, and then I was so tired. I was so tired. You know, I know my limits. I really do. And I decided to not test those limits. Yeah, I came home, I showered, and then I had a salad, and then I decided to watch the new Marilyn Monroe movie, Blonde, adapted from Joyce Carol Oates' book, which I knew about, but didn't realize that the film was an adaptation of the book. And, I mean, mixed feelings. At one standpoint, I think it's very much Marilyn under the male gaze, through the male lens. And yeah, this idea of like being at torture porn to a certain extent, but also having seen Joyce Carol Oates' words on it on her Twitter. She has a Twitter, everyone. She said that it was like a feminist work. And I've read bits of an interview. I need to find the source for the interview, but of the director talking about it, and it's so disgusting. Like, it left a bad taste in my mouth before seeing the film, but having seen it, I don't know. I really don't. I like the idea. There has to be several discussions here. At a certain point, Joyce Carol Oates wrote a fictionalized account that over-dramatized this myth of Marilyn Monroe, this like grand beauty in Hollywood, yet like behind the curtain, constantly abused, objectified, just everything. It's this idea of like the human imagination and its capacity to put so much fantasy in a human being, like putting one of your role models on a pedestal and worshiping them and creating this like fantasy that keeps your sanity or insanity to an afloat where it suspends belief. Which is interesting because yesterday my friend and I were talking about like K-pop and how their stands out there, like BTS ARMY is out there like literally worshiping these boys who probably don't even know that, and none of these people exist, like on an individualized basis, but there's so much faith, fantasy, and suspended belief or concept of reality into these boys where, yeah, nothing matters. Or there isn't like a fence, a breaking point, I want to say. I don't know. But yeah, and I mean, that's a colossal book. Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates is like 700 pages of this like inflated fantasy of a myth. It's not even Marilyn Monroe. And even in the film, there are moments where they're like, yes, she's not Norma Jean. She's this concept, this Hollywood concept. There were beautiful shots. To a certain extent, I felt it was a bit reaching in that it felt very, like all of these aesthetics felt too devicey. But I mean, I think the director was just using those devices as some sort of translation of Joyce Carol Oates' book. But yeah, incredibly interesting. I was more of a Jane Manson girly, more so. And then I recently learned that Slow Days, Fast Company, oh god, Eve Babbitt's worshipped Marilyn Monroe, which is very interesting. Because when we look at like what feminism means, and I'm not going to be the person that will define it, but Joan Didion was someone who didn't read women during her time. And Eve Babbitt's was someone who was for women constantly. And we pit those two against each other so much in terms of like what LA means and what it stands for, but also like what is a feminist work, what is a woman during that time and even now. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I did last night. I decided to watch that and then I fell asleep at like 10 o'clock. Monday is a holiday. I should really check what holiday it is. Thank you, Korea, for this lovely Monday off. Feels good. It's rainy though. Met up, okay, I think I talked about this, but I met up with a lovely person from Goodreads. You know, find your friends on Goodreads and meet up with them, cause y'all can do book exchanges. Y'all ready for this? My lovely friend, Ha-Jin, got me some books, and I traded some books with her as well. And it's great, books are meant to be shared. Spread the knowledge, spread the wealth. Love a socialist society, right? She thought I could read Korean, but I can't. Or it's not that great. But I love homework. So she got me this like cool book about, I think, I really don't know what this is about. But it's like, looks like grungy areas of Korea and just bits and bobs of that. Love that. I love Old Soul, just like bits of it where... She also got me this graphic novel, Don't Come In Here, by Patrick Kyle. I don't know what this is about. It looks great. I'm gonna jump into it blind. Looks lovely. Love that cover. It's giving Eames. It's giving Book of Tea. It's giving... love it. Okay. It's giving. Last but not least, Franz Kafka, The Castle. And Metamorphosis at home in LA, and I've had it for like, I want to say 12 years. Just sitting on my shelf, never read it. But now's the time I read Kafka, finally, you know? I read Kafka on the Shore. I've read, what else have I read? I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called The Artist. Get into the classics. I think Alex did a video recently on classics. Kafka, a classic. I'm finally doing one. Be proud of me. Yeah, that's the haul. These, 3 lovely books. Thank you, Ha-Jin. Love y'all.